Hi, in this episode of Zen with Ren, I would like to do a short meditation to begin with, and then we can continue to share some insight while I'm doing some stamping, and then we can talk about insight on meditation, self-awareness, and if this interests you, come on in. If I catch you at the right moment, let's do a very short meditation together. I'm inside my car right now, parked. So if you're ready, just get in a very comfortable position. Stop by just looking around. I'm looking around here too. I spotted, the yellow flowers over there. And some writings on the wall. The license plate in front of me. What I'm doing is just allowing things to come to me and just be observing. Since I parked my car next to a street, I can see cars, passing by, and I am also hearing the noise. One car. This sounds always, especially if you try every day, it happens all the time, but we just don't pay attention to it. So spending a moment just to really observe. Birds are singing right now, and I see the shadows on the ground with the trees, the wind blowing the trees, and the shadows is moving on the ground. Now going into some of my physical sensations, that I'm sitting on the chair. My hands are touching part of the chair and part of my lap. Different people have different interpretation of what meditation does. But what I've learned from the teachers that I follow is that the most basic form of meditation is to first help you bring you back to the present. The easiest way to learn or to practice is using your 5 basic senses, any of them. Usually you can watch your breathing, notice what you see, notice what you're hearing, notice what you touch. And how about we end the exercise with just closing our eyes and to gently observe the way we breathe. Just breathe whatever way that makes you feel relaxed and comfortable. Allow things to come to you. You do not need to judge them, just observe. Alright, thank you. I hope you like that. Hello, I hope you like the meditation exercise that I have just shared. And today it's in our Zen with Ren episode. I plan to do very simple things. So I plan to show you 3 different plates because we are heading into the holiday season. There's Halloween, there is fall, there is Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So I selected 3 plates that I think is suitable, for the upcoming seasons and time. And at the same time, I want to share an insight about what I call the 6 levels of consciousness that we all have. So I will share that insight while I'm stamping. So what I'm planning to do is simply share different plate design. And the first one I am sharing is this M409. I think it's called the Fun House. And this is pretty cool because there's this creepy balloon. I think it's great for the Halloween holiday. And there are different ribbons and bows, and especially this one. I think I will stamp this one first. This is like a spider web ribbon bow design. Let me do that. So about the 6 levels of consciousness that we all have as human beings, what are they? So they are what we can see. So right now, I'm seeing different objects, right? Put a paper towel here, a stamping plate. So let me take this out so that you can see on the stamper how it looks like. Can you see this design? I think this is pretty cool. So what we see, our eyesight, is one level of our consciousness, right? It's pretty cool. And then second level of consciousness we all have is our listening skill, our hearing. So for example, sound, as we do things, the sound. And the third level is our smell, for example, let's take a sniff. You can smell. And then the fourth level that we have is our taste. So if I do, do a little tasting, whatever is left over from my previous meal, I can taste it, right? So those are our eyesight, our hearing, our smell, our taste, and then our touch. Okay, our touch. We can touch, different things, and then we can feel it. At the same time, my left hand on the jar and my right hand on the stamper, so I can feel it. So these 5 levels of consciousness, what is common between them are they are all relevant or pertaining to the present moment. For example, when you look at things, okay, what we're all seeing right now are all these stamping tools, right? Let's say you see something yesterday, okay, you've seen something yesterday. You cannot see what you have seen yesterday again, right? So what you saw yesterday is already the past. So even let's say this stamping polish bottle is sitting here. So I saw this stamping polish bottle yesterday. Okay, it's sitting at this exact same place that was yesterday. And today here, it's sitting here again, and I'm looking at it. I'm still not seeing the yesterday stamping polish. Okay, what I'm seeing right now is the present moment. So, okay, so that proves the point that our eye consciousness, what we see, I cannot go back and see what's yesterday. Maybe it looks like it's the same object, but what I'm seeing now is now, okay? And this concept apply to all the 5 senses, okay? Just like if you ate a strawberry cake yesterday, can you taste the same strawberry cake that you tasted yesterday? Okay, even if you eat the leftover cake today, it's still the present moment. So also, can you taste something in the future? If you're going to eat something in the future, when it comes to tomorrow, the tomorrow becomes present. So if you're planning to eat whatever you want to eat tomorrow, at the time that you eat it, that becomes present. So we cannot taste something tomorrow, we cannot hear something tomorrow. When we are able to, that moment becomes the present, okay? So even like I'm touching this now, can I touch something that is in the future? I cannot. By the time that I touch it, it becomes present, right? So those are very simple to understand, right? But when it comes to the 6th level of consciousness, what is the 6th level? I will share that in just a moment. So the second plate I want to share, I think, is a pretty good heading into end of October, the Halloween theme. And for some reason, this is like a fortune teller plate. This type of the kind of mysterious design, I think I have those type of elements, those type of vibe. It tends to be well received. And in here, there's different crystal balls. Those are pretty cool. I'll stamp a few right here. Looking which one kind of speaks to me. I think this is pretty cool. I'm gonna try and pick up this one. Okay. Okay, let me take off this now. Okay, the sixth level of consciousness, it is our mind consciousness. Okay, this is a little bit tricky, the sixth level of consciousness, because our mind is different. Our mind tends to go back all the way in the past, and then we can imagine so much down into the future. This is pretty cool, right? So let's say if we're speaking about the past, when we think about the past, we become attached to it, attached to the past, thinking that it is still happening right now. Okay, I mean, we all are, fall into that trap in some ways or form, right? So our mind consciousness is so powerful that it can go all the way back into the past, long history, or maybe somebody did us wrong, or even somebody that treated us really, really well. We still remember it, right? So it goes both ways, something pleasant, something unpleasant. Okay, but it is about our attachment to it. Okay, so we think about the past, but the past is gone. Okay, but our mind consciousness make us sometimes hard to let go, and that's why in the Zen with Rand, I like to share about self-awareness practice, meditation, because it helps us to become more aware. When we are more aware, that if we start to think too much about the past, we become more aware of that, and then we can make a choice. Okay, well, maybe I'm not being carried away. I notice that I am thinking too much about the past, and then I choose not to be attached to it. So with the power of awareness, we can do that. Okay, and let's see, the last plate I am sharing right here is the wood. I think it's called the woodland trimmings. This is M390. I really like this plate because it has all different types of wood patterns, and I think it's pretty unique. I haven't seen something like this before. Okay, so I think this plate is very versatile. You can do it with all different seasons, depending on how you create, how your creativity goes, right? And especially this one, I think this one is pretty cool. It look like it's a wood pattern, but there's like a heart in the middle. So I'm gonna stamp this one and show you. Let's try a brown color. I'm using this Grateful B484. And speaking of, so we have the six different level of consciousness is our eyesight, our hearing, our smell, our taste, our touch. Okay, those 5 level of consciousness are all related to the present moment. Okay, but our mind can be so stubborn at times. We tend to, there you go, pretty good. See this? I'm gonna clean it up a little bit and stamp it on the stamping pad. Look at this. I think with all the creativity that you folks have the potential to make this plate really create something really amazing from this one. I have a sense this will do pretty well. Okay, I'll pick one more. How about this one right here? Let's see how that goes. Okay, Yes, and also our mind. I spoke about the past. How about in the future? Things that don't have that haven't happened yet, but what do we have in common? We worry about it, right? So our mind, as we think about it, the activity of thinking, I understand that it is now, but many times we worry about the future. Okay, so our mind is trying to predict and project, and sometimes our anxiousness, our anxiety comes from that. Our the sixth level of consciousness is our mind, right? So we can attach so much to our past, and we can also worry so much about the future. Okay, and that doesn't do us well when we are not aware of our tendency. Okay, and again, okay, you can see this, that the power of meditation, or the benefit from meditation, is that it helps us to be aware of our pitfall. Okay, so that we are not trapped in it. I think to resolve or to help us in many situations, the first thing is to know what is the circumstances, without feel like we're being trapped. And I think the power of meditation and awareness help us that. Okay, it's not a perfect step, but you can see, I think again there are many potential with this type of designs. Okay. So yes, so I hope that we all can benefit from different types of mindfulness exercise, and meditation is a good way for you to explore. I hope you like that. Bye 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 bye. Thank you. Take care.